Duncan Ochieng not looking perturbed at all. Oh, like I said before, he's one of the few people who can chew and run at the same time. Seems to be doing it very well. In the goal area, it's been touched quite a little, but it doesn't go into the net. The ultimate touch on the right side as well. Leaves the fans wondering where that one missed from. But quite deep and looking for three people to try and touch it into the net. Masita Masuta again doesn't pump it in, but he had a chance to change everything there. Together with Brian Otieno, they could have easily touched that ball into the net. But what a way of taking a corner as well. I think the Tusker FC defenders were expecting something that would come from the air, Jacob.
Well, it's true, and that was a very surprising kind of corner. And Nzoia are not yet done. They keep on attacking. And that's a positive play by Nzoia. They are not sitting back. They're not sitting back like they want to defend. They want to take the game to Tusker.
Wow. I think by now you'll be noticing so many times the Nzoia Sugar side are on the ball and in the attack. Now Wafula can probably give a little bit of that speed as well. So far he's the only one who's been able to match the speed of the Nzoia Sugar youngsters. It is pushed back into the straight line, trying to get Wafula at his teammates. It's going to be a throw-in. This is Sassidi. And again tries to get Wafula to run in an almost similar fashion to what he did earlier. Wafula will be forced into a foul and a free kick to the Nzoia United side. I'll tell you something, Jacob. The right side of the Tusker side seemed to be working, but when it gets to the right defense side, and that's where James Situma is playing as well, for some reason they're getting overrun by the speed. Well,
you're right, Bernard. When you look at both sides, it's the right side that is working for Tusker and the left side for Nzoia. And I think that pace is giving Situma and also Eugene Wasike a lot of problems on that side. And you have to look at a player like Namanda Luke and also looking at Juma Lawrence on that side.
Another lob into the center. Boniface then tries to bring it down, actually succeeds in bringing it down. He's looking for a return ball. Is one of the diminutive players. He makes up for it with some good tact as well. As Francis Baraza keeps on backing instructions. This is Sassidi. Lumumba. Oh, does he out to dribble himself? Or did he get a little touch that sent him onto the ground? All the same, he gets a foul. I think there was a touch on him as well. As Nzoia try to pick up the ball again. It's Tusker who gets the better of it. Sassidi. Sempala, then back to Sassidi. Shafiq Batambuze. Interesting footwork that you see whenever there's a little bit of crowding and the ball is on one side. Oluwande pushes it back into the midfield. And then Sempala opts for the wing. Situma this time round getting into a good position for a cross, doesn't bring in a good one. He didn't lift it up at all. Ended up being a very low cross that was easily dealt with. Sempala. A little touch then makes it veer off a bit. Sassidi has to get it back to Sempala. Was looking for any of the open spaces. The flag has stayed down as Wafula gets a chance for a cross. The interception sends it up the field of play, but looks dangerously cut away.
Well, Otieno O'Brien pushes it for a corner.
Out of desperation, you would say, Jacob. Wasn't he desperate?
Well, he was, and if it was in the face of goal, then we'll be talking about a different story right now.
So Tusker have the first corner of the game. It's going to be a left-foot-in swinger. And even Lloyd Wahome comes forward for it. This is headed out again for another corner. Goalkeeper Mangala is barking instructions about who should be marked and how they should be marked. And so another one by Shafiq. And again towards the goal area. Well, Lloyd Wahome goes down in a heap, doesn't get his feet or hand onto the ball. It's a long one, but gets all the way to Duncan Ochieng. Would have been a disaster if it had ended up in Nzoia Sugar's possession, because Lloyd Wahome was up front, Situma as well as up front. They're just making their way back to their defense line, but also underlines the desperation to try and get on top of this game again. It's going to be a foul that will be given to the Nzoia Sugar side. And this tackle here.
Well, Rupi has been brought down by Ndawula Moses.
What a worry for this young man, Ndawula. It's not the first time that he's getting involved in tackles like that.
Well, he's supposed to be playing in attacking midfield, but he's found so much in backpedaling position.
Well, he's been penalized for attacking, not attacking too much, but for basically just attacking. And I mean, he's done it so often. He now comes in for a yellow card, and that's what I was saying. That you get worried for him. You get worried for a player who's continually getting involved in fouls and tackles that result into fouls. Ndawula gets yellow carded. The Ugandan import on the Tusker FC side, fighting too hard to assert himself into the game. So it's going to be a corner for the Nzoia Sugar side. A left-footed swing, punched off by Duncan Ochieng because it was swinging towards goal. Couldn't take a chance with anybody else having a touch on it. Here's another shot coming from Nzoia. They'll let it roll off the field of play. It's going to be a throw-in. It's going to be for the Nzoia Sugar side. The corner was swinging right into the goal area, parried off by Duncan Ochieng. You wonder what would have happened if Duncan hadn't had his touch on it, because he also seemed to have been swinging on the outside. And a throw-in this time round. Big one picked up easily by Duncan Ochieng. Looking for someone who started with just this size to pump it up front. Not a very good idea, because not all his men are up front. Sasiri tries to bring it down to Aluanga. And Sempala will get the benefit of a free kick. Sasiri quickly taking it for Tusker FC. Situma. And then to Noah Wafula. Quick cross on the right foot. Cleared off by Vincent Gessa, the captain of his side. Oh, Tusker FC looking a pale shadow of the champions they're supposed to be, Jacob.
Well, I think they've not found their footing this year. They started by being knocked out of the CAF Champions League, and then they were beaten in the KPL Super Cup. So they're trying to find their footing in this game.
Shafiq Batambuze on his left foot. Then very easily waylaid and off his line as well. So it's headed down to by Lloyd Wahame to Oluwande. This will be a foul given to Shafiq Batambuze. Happened very quickly, actually. And was also just had an elbow going into him from Luke Namanda. Aluanga tries to find room to give a through pass. It doesn't work out for him. This is Namanda on the outside right. I'm getting a lot of space to run in. Then cuts back. Lifts it to the area. Looking for a chance at a shot. It's deflected. Picked up again for a second chance. And Duncan has already committed himself by that point. He get a penalty. The Nzoia United side for the tackle inside the box. I tell you, Nzoia just keep coming and coming and coming. And Mr. Osano very categorical that the tackle on Masuta Masita warrants a penalty. There it is again. Went for a shot which was blocked. And that is the one that the referee has singled out for a penalty.
Well, there'll be a very debatable decision by the referee here, because I thought both players were heading for the ball. But he has the final say on this one.
Oh, Mr. Osano has decided that tackle inside the box merits a penalty, and he's given it to the Nzoia Sugar side. Well, talk about an attack. coming on from so many of the Nzoia Sugar players. Of course, there are only 11 on the field, but when they come at you, they feel like they are more than just 11. I think they are leaving responsibility to one of the more experienced players on the side, Edwin Wafula, who previously played for the AFC Leopard side, against Duncan Ochieng to get an advantage in this one. And Wafula puts it in the net. Nzoia take the lead again in this one. It's 2-0 at the Afra Stadium. 2-1 rather. And Nzoia Sugar suddenly just work so hard for anything they want. Second time they're chiding the Tusker FC side. They're opening their drink and gulping it down and enjoying every moment of it. Wafula's penalty, too far off for Duncan Ochieng to get to.
Well, these two know each other from the 2013 Sekafa squad, Harambee Stars. And Wafula, Duncan Ochieng going the right side down, but Wafula placing the ball up. And what a good goal here by Wafula. He puts Nzoia at 2-1 here.
41 minutes had gone by. And Wafula changes the scoreline. 42nd minute penalty rather. Nzoia Sugar 2, Tusker FC 1. Oh, this is going to be played almost similar to a cup final, honestly. With the team that has just earned promotion to the Premier League, playing the defending league champion and taking them on. This one lobbed off the field of play. It's going to be a throw-in. And it's going to be for the Nzoia Sugar side. Well, Baraza giving instructions. It's going to be a free kick for the Tusker FC side. But there it is, that pusher. You see it now from the other angle. And Luande will be the man who has been penalized for it. And a penalty given to the Tusker FC side. Wafula going out on the right side. Too much power on it, but he tried to also put some precision on it. Try to calculate what angle he should be able to bring it in from. It goes out on the field of play. It's going to be a goal kick. And it's going to be for the Nzoia United side. But what a game here at the Afra Stadium, honestly, for the first game of the season. And the defending champion, who was Kenya's representative at the Champions League, exiting in the first round, is taking on a team promoted into the league. And what a game it is proving to be. Another chance and a shot. Headed out by Lloyd Wahome. Sosiri Lumumba doesn't quite pick it up. Wafula pushes it further forward, and there'll be a flag for offside. It's going to be a free kick for the Tusker FC side. Well, I guess heading into the break, Tusker will have to ask themselves, what do we need to do? Are we a little bit too slow for this side, or are they a little bit too fast for us? Do we need to slow them down, or do we need to up our game a bit? As Nzoia again tried to repulse the forward move by Tusker FC. Back into the midfield to Sempala. That's the whistle for half-time. With no added time on it, Mr. Osano brings it to a close in the first half of it. And with Nzoia United having taken the lead in this one. And in quite some style as well. Just playing all-out soccer. Attack, attack, attack is what they have employed in this one all through. And it has rewarded them. We'll see whether they can hold that into the second half as well. At the moment rather, it's 2-1 for Nzoia Sugar from their Afra Stadium, and it's half-time.